All right, take 27.
Seriously.
We've had a lot of technical difficulties. We recorded this Friday, and there was a lot of echoing going on. So we were going to go ahead and post it, but I just couldn't handle the echo. So
and also,
annoyed, but
no, I'm not annoyed. But I think it's part of what we're trying to do, which we haven't gotten to that part because we're re-recording it. But one of the main things that we're trying to do here is transparency. And like everyone always just showcases how awesome all their stuff look and how flawless and just seems so seamless and easy it was to do it. When in reality, this is like we had to retake the first one a few times, and then we finally got that, and then it had echo in it, and it was horrible. So now we're redoing it, and we figured it out, and you know.
So what are we even doing? So that's what this post is, or what this video is about. We wanted to let you guys know a little bit about what's going on. We did post the TikTok post on TikTok and Instagram Thursday. That was Ray's beautiful idea.
We're famous now.
We're fucking famous. So to my surprise, tons of you reached out. A lot of you liked it. Commented on it. We got a lot of messages, just supportive messages that are curious about what we're doing. So I'm going to tell you what we're doing, but I'm going to give you a little backstory real quick that kind of leads up to what we're doing and why we're doing it. So Ray and I, we've both been working in the realm of design for 20 plus years. Both had pretty, maybe not drastically, but somewhat drastically different career paths in terms of how we've gotten to where we are today. I've had the fortunate opportunity to work with some of the biggest companies in the world, helped found a couple of companies. One of them, which grew pretty big to about 250 people before I left. And Ray, kind of on the other side, we've always stayed in touch. He has launched a lot of his own companies, and what's been really cool is to see how different we've kind of approached trying to get things done and get things launched. Because Ray's done a lot of his own with not a lot of funding, he's done things, some really scrappy things to kind of explore and validate kind of where he's going in order to know the right areas to put money into, and it's really been cool. So what we thought would be really cool is to have an opportunity to share with our friends, our viewers, some of the things that we've learned over time, and have conversations with lots of cool designers that we know, and hopefully in the future some designers that we've yet to meet. I think one cool thing about managing and mentoring over the years has been the ability to kind of share some of the wisdom that I've learned, and I think Ray feels the same way. It's like we've had failures in the past, and we've learned from those, and so when we have an opportunity to share those learnings with other designers, a lot of times younger designers, maybe just starting their careers, it's really cool to see that base level kind of much higher than where we started, so that we can see people that we get to work with really blossom. I don't know, that sounds kind of lame, but just really kick ass.
You're saying it the right way. I think it's one of the other pieces of it too. It's like, as designers and artists, and even on the development side and stuff like that, we all think we have the right way to do it, and we all take a completely different approach, and some are similar and some are totally different. But that's kind of the big thing of this. It's like we're all kind of driving to the same destination. We're building products, or working for clients or building clientele or whatever, but the approach we take is what makes us different, and the processes we have is what makes us different. And I think that's the biggest thing, that me and you might take different approaches, and the thing I want to learn from our guests that we have on, how do they do it? I want to learn from them and be like, I didn't think about that. Because you're right, I take I'm never funded, so it's always how can I do that with $4, not $40,000? You know what I mean? And so it's which is different when you're working with a big client that has a budget and you could do things. And I don't know, there's just something special about that piece of learning, as well as letting people that are just getting started in the industry, know that they don't have to know everything right now. Like, we're still learning.
Right.
Like, we've been doing this forever.
Yeah.
And, like, if you're not learning, you're kind of garbage. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, don't get, like, I actually was just having a conversation yesterday with somebody that they were worried because they didn't go to college and they just took some classes online and did some stuff that they weren't going to make it. And I was like, you know, I didn't go to college, right? Like, I've been doing this forever. I run teams. I work for, $1 billion company, and I didn't go to college. I was like,
Yeah.
but there's a different approach. If you don't do that, you've got to be a hustler, and you got to get in people's face. You can't just apply for the job and hope everything's going to work out. Anyway, I'm rambling. Sorry.
Yeah, well, it sounds like some good conversations we're going to have. But I may have just given the backstory without actually getting to the point of what we're doing, which is we're creating a podcast, or we're getting started on this podcast called UX Weekly. So we've got some guests lined up already. Ray and I are going to be, meeting together and talking about hot topics. Maybe that being one of them, whether you had a formal design education or not. And we hope that some of you guys that are listening will maybe send us some ideas about what you'd like to hear us talk about as well. So, and again, we're gonna work with the noises that are going on. We're just gonna roll with it.
Yeah.
But hey, we've been rambling on here a bit. Thank you for listening this far. We're really excited. We've got some cool stuff planned, and we're going to keep you in the loop. One of the other things worth mentioning before we drop is that Ray and I also had this vision or goal of kind of sharing the whole process and of how we're going about creating and producing this podcast, and ideally even using this as a platform to create some other businesses, which we will be open with and share kind of what our plans are, how we're approaching those things, whatever successes and failures we may
and hopefully
run into.
Get you guys involved if you actually want to be involved in all of the pieces as well. So it's like we're building a brand, but hopefully it becomes more of a tight-knit UX community that we all kind of do things together and learn from each other, build from each other, make money together,
Oh, yeah.
So yeah.
Hey. Well, with that, I'm Stephen Ray. You can find me at Stephen Ray on most social networks.
I'm Ray Hernandez. I'm at RayDog88 on pretty much every social network. RAYDAWG. Don't make fun of it. I've had it since I was 16. So.
And you're consistent.
I keep it.
Also, hell yeah. Also, we have at UX Weekly on pretty much everything, including uxweekly.com. Still working through what there's not really a website up yet, but there is an emailing list. If you want to get on that, go ahead. And hey, stick around. We hope to see you again. And until then, I don't know, kick ass and party on.
Lay.
Talk to you guys soon.